Chapter 4. Try a breath pause today. Sometimes the simplest things carry the greatest power. Breath is one of them. We take about 20,000 breaths a day. Most go unnoticed, automatic, shallow, hurried, but every once in a while, if you pause and take a single conscious breath, everything changes. Your shoulders drop, your heart slows, your mind softens. It's like pressing a reset button hidden inside your chest. That, my friend, is the breath pause, a tiny doorway into your quiet corner. The pause that changes everything. Think of life as a rushing river. You're caught in its current. Emails, tasks, conversations, emotions pulling you downstream. Then suddenly, you grab onto a branch. You stop. You breathe. For a brief moment, the river still flows, but you are no longer swept away. That's what one mindful breath can do. The pause doesn't erase life's challenges. It doesn't remove the river, but it gives you enough space to remember. I am not the current. I am the one who breathes through it. Why breath works? Breath is the only function that is both automatic and under our control. You don't have to think about breathing, but you can always choose to guide it. This makes it the perfect bridge between body and mind. Modern science confirms what yogis, monks, and healers have known for centuries. Changing the breath changes the nervous system. Short, shallow breaths keep the body in fight or flight mode. Stress hormones flood the system. Muscles tense. The mind races. Slow, deep breaths signal safety. The parasympathetic nervous system activates. The body enters rest and repair mode. Healing becomes possible. A single breath pause is like telling your whole being, you are safe. You can let go now. Story, sunrise, and the breath pause. Every morning, before the world wakes, I go outside and sit at sunrise. The air is cool. Birds are just beginning to sing. In those first golden rays, I practice a breath pause. Inhale for 5 counts. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. I repeat it 5 times. It doesn't take long, barely 2 minutes, but it resets my entire day. My mind clears, my heart opens. Worries that felt heavy the night before dissolve into perspective. This is why I often say, I don't take my coffee before sunrise, I take my breath. Practice box, the 5-5-5 breath pause. Try this simple cycle anytime you feel rushed, stressed, or scattered. 1. Inhale slowly through your nose for 5 counts. 2. Hold gently for 5 counts. 3. Exhale softly through your mouth for 5 counts. 4. Repeat for 5 rounds. Notice, after just 5 breaths, how do you feel? The spiritual dimension of breath. Many traditions see breath as more than oxygen exchange. In Sanskrit, the word for breath is prana, life force. In Hebrew, ruach means both breath and spirit. In Greek, pneuma means wind, spirit, soul. Across cultures, breath has always been recognized as sacred, the invisible thread connecting body, mind, and spirit. When you take a conscious breath pause, you're not just regulating your physiology, you're remembering that you are alive. You're reconnecting with the very force that animates you. Why we forget to breathe. If breath is so powerful, why do we ignore it? Because stress hijacks our awareness. When the mind races, the breath shortens. We unconsciously hold it in, tightening the chest, clenching the jaw, fueling the stress loop. This is why people often say, take a deep breath in moments of panic. The body literally forgets how to breathe fully when overwhelmed. The breath pause interrupts this loop. It reminds the body, you don't have to brace anymore. You can soften. The Sunrise Challenge. I invite you to try what I call the Sunrise Challenge. For the next 7 days, take 5 rounds of the 5-5-5 breath each morning. preferably at sunrise or the first quiet moment of your day. Before you begin, notice your state of mind. Afterward, notice again. Write one sentence in your journal about the shift you feel. This small ritual can become a cornerstone practice, a way to anchor each day in stillness before the noise begins. Story: Amelia's Reset Button. Amelia, a teacher I once guided, often arrived home exhausted and snappy with her children. She felt guilty but couldn't break the cycle. When I suggested the breath pause, she laughed. Breathing? That's too simple. But she agreed to try. The next evening, as she pulled into her driveway, she sat in her car for 2 minutes. She practiced the 5-5-5 breath before walking inside. Her children noticed the change immediately. "Mommy, you're calmer today," her daughter said. From then on, Amelia made the car breath pause her ritual. It didn't solve every stress, but it gave her just enough space to meet her family with presence instead of depletion. Practice box, the transition breath. Use this anytime you move from one part of your day to another, before entering a meeting, greeting your family, or even opening your laptop. Stop. Take 3 slow, conscious breaths. Whisper inwardly, "I am here." Notice how transitions soften when you bring breath into them. Key insight: breath doesn't erase your challenges, but it shifts the ground beneath them. A breath pause gives you back choice, the power to respond instead of react. Journaling prompts: what happens in your body and mind when you take a conscious breath pause? 2. Which moments in your daily life could use a reset button? 3. If you began each day with a sunrise breath pause, how might your mornings feel different? The beauty of the breath pause is its simplicity. You don't need a yoga mat, a retreat, or a quiet room. You can practice in traffic, in the bathroom, at your desk, or on a park bench. Every pause, no matter how small, reconnects you with your quiet corner. Over time, these little pauses become your way of life. Stress may still visit, but it no longer owns you. The river still flows, but you have learned how to breathe on its shore. Try a breath pause today, and tomorrow, and the next. One breath at a time, you return to yourself, the healer, the whole, the quiet presence that has been waiting for you all along.